We've seen people fleeing those leftist policies and moving to states like Florida, Georgia, Texas, states where they like the tax policies, they like the schools, they like the consequences of Republican.
Ever since Donald became president, many Republicans became radical and hateful of Democrats. I somehow doubt lower taxes would be enough to attract them to a red state, which would be like painting a target on their head. Being Democrats, I'm certain their blue states would make possible adjustments of living in the state that's proven too difficult. The reasons of lower taxes and liking red state schools seem peculiar to me. Based on everything I've learned about Republicans, along with the many Republicans I've encountered, red states must be very unstable. Republicans have a high tendency to insult and call names, along with commit fallacies to protect their ideological narratives. They're very suspicious about Democrats and they're very high-strung. They'll yell troll upon detection. I'm often mistaken for a liberal or a Democrat and called a troll myself, along with being a supporter of Joe's. I'm not even American. A few left-wing YouTube personas have pointed out that this is a lie anyway, while I've known for a long time that Marjorie is dishonest, unintelligent, and insane. She actually thought one school was given billions of dollars. Besides that, Marjorie hasn't provided any sources or anything to back this up. What does she mean by Republican consequences? What policies? Why do you Republicans like those policies?
And red policies. What I think would be something that some red states could propose is, well, okay, if Democrat voters choose to flee these blue states where they cannot tolerate the living conditions, they don't want their children taught these horrible things, and they really change their mind.
What's substandard living conditions? How are red state living conditions good? Taught what horrible things? What policies did they change their mind on? A chain of baseless assertions right here. Nothing. What the fuck?
On the types of policies that they support, well, once they move to a red state, guess what? Maybe you don't get to vote for 5 years. You can live there, you can work there, but you don't get to bring your values that you.
As many have already pointed out, 1, stripping voting rights is illegal. Even if it was legal, the Democrats are religious about voting, so I'm sure they would suffer whatever substandards of living exist in their home blue state, which Marjorie asserted here. 2, Georgia's a blue state, which raises the question of why Marge still resides in that state and somehow represents it. As for this proposed probationary voting period, that proves the Republican Party is fascist. If red states were all good, those qualities would stand up on their own, and the Democratic Party would be minimal. America would be a dominantly red country. Marge claims to be all about freedom, as the Republican Party constantly accuses the Democratic of communism and such. How is this probationary period moral or sensible, and how is this going to change their mind, if they're these bad fucking people?
You basically created in the blue states you came from by voting for Democrat leaders and Democrat policies,
which you've neglected to prove or demonstrate. If the Democrats had problems with their state, I'm sure that they would vote those people out. I've learned over the years that Democrats are religious about voting. That what I don't understand is why politicians are never fired. But Marjorie is the one making these claims, which I'm sure are straw man arguments. As a few left-wing pundits have mentioned, she's lying and no Democrats are actually fleeing. Yeah.
It would be shrinking the federal government. For example, we can take education. Well, if we have a national divorce, there's no need for the...
Never mind how this divorce is going to happen, or what it actually is. Why do you Republicans want this? Why do you guys need strength? Especially as many of you are Christians, which means you believe God is in control. Why do any of you need to ever even speak if God is in control? This tells me none of you actually trust God, as you're all trying to become stronger. You people also seem to forget that many Democrats are also Christians. They're false Christians? Okay, never mind pointing that out to be a no true Scotsman fallacy. How are they frauds? How are any of you genuine?
Department of Education, red states and blue states would be in control of the education in each state. Red states would very likely have traditional education, homeschooling, charter schools, private schools, technical schools. They would not allow any type of gender lies being taught in their schools. LGBT.
Oh, what the fuck? Gender lies. Oh, shit. I screwed that up. Gender lies. So, every Republican identifies as their birth or biological gender. Who is saying there are genders other than male and female? I agree that the left is wrong to bother young kids with this, but America has far bigger problems to fucking deal with. Is unemployment solved? Does America have a good healthcare system yet? Are prices stabilized? Are businesses and corporations behaving themselves? No? Then why the fuck are you even worrying about drag queens, trans people, and gays? Tampons in men's restrooms? Is that illegal? No? Then fuck off, lady.
Woke teachers would be fired and not allowed to teach there. They would allow parents to be able to choose the curriculum instead of school boards.
Fired based on what? What law would be broken? Why do you want them fired? Are you honest most of the time? No.
That don't respect parents' beliefs and traditional family.
What are those traditional family values and how are they good? Does everybody believe in them?
Family values. And it maybe in blue states they would have full gender transition schools for their students. I don't know what they would do, but I'm sure their education.
How is it any of your business?
This is what.
Like I say, America has bigger problems to worry about than their students in schools with whatever's going on. Mind your own fucking business, you